for visiting our channel. We are true women with real talk, and we have real life issues with real thoughts. Today, we will be talking about women who use their children as pawns. Now, we all know that this is an epidemic and many women do this. We want to discuss why and what we can do to change that.
Well, I want to bring up the topic of when you leave a relationship and maybe the other person haven't had closure. So, we all are women with children sitting at this table. So, if you end up getting a divorce or separating from your significant other, would you be okay with your children going over to the new house?
Now, I know many people have a problem with this. Is there something you would like to say?
Well, I would like to meet the woman and, get to know her to see if, I could trust her around my child.
Wait, look,
So
let's
you feel like
back
it's-
up real quick. Let's back up. So you're saying if you were to leave a relationship and your ex has moved on, and now it's time for you all to decide how visitation is going to work, and in order for you to send your children over there with your ex and his new boo, you will want to meet her in order for your children to go over there.
Yeah.
And what happens if he says no?
If he says no to what, meeting her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who is this, the father?
Mm-hmm.
Guess you're not going to be seeing your child then.
Okay.
You think that's okay?
If me as a parent, my job as a parent is to make sure that my child is okay. So you want me to send my child to a perfect stranger?
No, you're sending your child to their father.
But your the father is there with another person.
But you don't
know
trust
if
the
that
father?
other person is there. This
It's
is
not
your-
the point of trusting the father. Even with my kids, I'm with my kids are here with me and the father. But when she go visit someone's house, to her friend's house, I gotta know who's there.
I understand that.
I know her parents. Like my daughter have friends, and I know their parents. But I want to know what are they doing this evening? Who's over there?
Mm-hmm.
What's this? What's that? So that's the problem that we all have. You think because the daddy's there, that don't make a difference. No, the step parent is there, and you don't know that person. She could be this person who acting like she wants this child to be there, but she don't. Or the way she run her house could be completely different from yours.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to meet this person. I do. And if I can't meet her, and for what reason, I shouldn't be able to. Because right now we're trying to agree on parenting. We're looking out for the child.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm just looking out for the child because I want to meet her, see what type of person she is, see her mind, her thoughts and everything. If I can't do that, then I'm sorry.
Okay. Now, what about when the father wants to see the child and women say, well, I have to be there while they see them, or I have to be, I have to be part of the visitation. Do you sometimes feel like that's the woman imposing herself on the father and the child's relationship because you trusted the father when y'all was together? So in my mind, I feel like I should trust the father that he would make a bright decision because I trusted him enough to be with him and make this baby with him. I trust that he should be bringing the right people around my child. Now, if he was the kind of father that I felt like he was irresponsible from the beginning, then I could see that. But if he was the kind of father that when we were together, I didn't feel like I had to double check who, what, and why, then now that he's moved on, now I say, oh, you want to see him? Well, let's all go to the park together.
Now
Next thing is, are we talking about a responsible father or irresponsible father? It all depends on the situation and then the father.
That's what that is. That's the same thing like what I just said. If you were with someone and while y'all were together, you learned them.
Mm-hmm.
So when you separate, you already know what they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and more than likely, if you separated from me, in my opinion, I'm thinking about in marriage, it would have to be something that really involved the kids for me to separate from you. So that would probably be one of my biggest issues.
Okay, well, we did jump to already to at least allowing the father to see the child. But in many situations, I'm sure we all know, there are mothers who, once they leave the relationship, they have a problem with the fact that the father has moved on, and they don't want the father to really have anything to do with the child, or they try to use the child as a pawn by, saying, oh, you can see her, let's all go to the mall together, or let's go to dinner, let's spend family time. Why are we spending family time? We broke up, there's no more family time. But some people just don't get that. It's like, oh, we gonna make this be family time. And to me, I feel like not only are you confused, but now you're confusing the child.
That's
because
true.
we either together or we not.
I would never do that.
So I really do think that maybe some women should kind of rethink that, because I know I've seen it in so many different situations, and you just wonder, is this best for the child or is this best for you?
So you saying that if two parents are still continuing to do family things with the kids, it's confusing the child?
No, that's not exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if when you as a mother say the only way you could see the child is if we do these family things.
Oh no, yeah, that's definitely a sign maybe someone haven't let go
Exactly.
of
Their
personal
feelings.
feelings. But I'm 100% with still doing things as a family, even though you guys have separated.
No, you're thinking in terms of like, okay, your son having a basketball game, then the daddy come to the basketball game, and y'all all watching basketball.
I'm not talking about that.
That's
That's
okay.
not. That's okay.
Or
let's
let's
say
say
for
a
instance-
birthday party
let's say for
together or
instance,
something like
even that birthday party. But let's say it's Christmas time, and it's a big party. You get and the ex is there, but the kids ain't even there though. Why are you here?
What do you
Why
mean?
are you here?
What do you
your
mean?
purpose?
Why are you here?
Who invited you?
Because he was at the Christmas party?
What? Did you not hear
Did
me?
y'all
Dave?
see the joke?
I'm just saying, if it was a Christmas party and
Well, it's a Christmas party
Yeah.
where all family is there, and it just so happened that the ex is now there, but
With
the
the-
kid ain't even there because it's a grown person's party. But this is just a person who just keep trying to involve themselves in
Oh,
everything that goes
okay,
on.
okay. 'Cause I was gonna say, 'cause they have become their family too.
Say it
Because-
again, the family, they still got their relationships
Yeah.
with the family also. Even though the couple broke up, but they still
they
had
have
a
a relationship with the family, so you might run into where he's there.
Well, in
But
that
that
case,
causes problems, is
that
what
does
we're trying
cause
to
a
say.
problem. But I feel like in that case,
They
it's
haven't
not really
let
using
go.
your child as a pawn in that case.
I beg to
Look.
differ on the whole let go thing, because I know for sure me and we are friends, or if I go to a family function, it's not because I haven't let go of my ex, it's because the family and me have kept
Well,
a
you are
friendship.
different. You're different. We're
No,
not talking
I'm
about your
saying
situation.
I'm not talking about my situation. I'm talking about just in any. If you have been in a relationship with your kid's father for over 10 years, and you and your sisters and mother and everybody have formed a bond, and you get an invitation, so you're gonna decline the invitation?
It
That's what
depends.
I'm-
I've done that 1,000
You definitely
times.
you can.
Right, but
decline.
that's personal choice. I don't think it's nothing wrong if that person end up at that party.
no.
I
it's
know.
not
When you say
necessarily
my
nothing
opinion,
wrong.
now you giving up.
But they have to be
I think
prepared
that's
for what's going to
funny.
happen when they come to the party. Long as they're prepared that when you come to the party, your ex is probably
See,
going to be there with their new
this
boo
is how-
and all
So
this and all
then
that.
you have let go.
I have that same issue. I have a child by someone that I didn't marry, but then I'm in a marriage with someone. Now my son's people, of course, I don't have no beef with them, and I knew them. I knew the brothers and sisters and everything. We all was cool. And even now, like, his grandmother's been sick. She's been in the hospital. Nicole, come over, see that. I don't do that. You know why? Because I don't want to start no conflict. My son is my best interest. Deshaun, you old enough now, go over there and you see your people. I'm not going to go over there. You know why? Because I don't have time to be dealing with baby mama's issues. And then in the end, they can't hurt me. They can't. The only thing they could do is say something bad about this situation to this person, because guess who's going to get hurt in the end? They're going to start retaliating against my son. I don't give a damn. So I don't need to be around y'all. I don't need to be y'all friends. We're just going to be cordial, high and by. And it's not because some issues have to happen. It's just because some can. So do I want that issue with my child?
avoid it all.
To avoid it all, I don't need it. And I definitely don't want it for my son. So I can walk away from it. So I'm not going to be trying to prove who's right, who's wrong. Well, we was friends so we can remain friends. No, I know how the world goes. I know how some people think, and they all think like me. I'm not going to hurt a child, but there are some that do. So when our son is at risk for that, I'm letting it go.
Definitely something to do. Bringing up what she said, kind of bouncing off of that, is just like if, now what she's doing is correct, but it's just like if it was opposite in your son, people were sick and you like, well, you can go over there if you want to, but I don't know why you want to go over there.
It's
They don't
people
ever
like
do
that,
nothing
yeah.
for you. And this and that. That's
That's
kind of like turning your children against
them.
the other side of the family, against the father. And when you do that, that's also kind of like a sign of making your child kind of confused, not knowing what to do. Do I take my mom's side? Do I take my daddy's side? So it's just like,
That's like issues like that shouldn't be brought up in front of a child.
Yeah.
Everybody
But they
personal
are every
feelings should
day.
be it's true, but as the parent of the child, your personal feelings should be withheld from whatever you may feel in front of your child. Period.
But in that case, it ain't even personal feelings.
And when they
It's what
grow
goes on in the
older, they'll
world.
make that
I don't
choice
even know the
themselves.
people.
They make a choice themselves.
Yeah.
So the question is what do women do when they are coming out of a relationship and now them and their ex have moved on and they're trying to figure out this visitation thing with their children and they still in their feelings.
Because they haven't the conclusion is they haven't let go.
They haven't let go. They're still
So
in their feelings.
anybody
what do
who
they do?
leaves a relationship, personally to me, needs to take time to themselves to make sure that they have their closure or whatever you may need to
But
heal.
why are you taking this time to yourself? What do you do with these
Your
little
kids still
chitlins
should be
running around?
able to see their father. When I say take some time to themselves, why are you interested if he has moved on or not? Right now, your only concern is, okay, how do we maintain who's dropping him off at school, who's going to do field trips, and who's going to do this?
Okay, let me.
We are all adults, so you should therefore be able to talk to your kid's father without worrying about who you sleeping with or who you dating now.
Okay, but I want
That's
to
too
this. I just
personal.
thought about this, and this is what I want to know. So we talked about depending on if you're the responsible parent or not. So I was gonna say, given out there, we and the mothers, we always most likely have to be the responsible parent. So now you're a responsible parent. You done moved on, and your ex say, "Well, I want to meet your new boo." Now you know you were supposed to be like, "What the fuck? You don't trust me?" You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
So-
bias. That's
So now you be like, okay, now
That's
here
why
you
you
go.
can't do that.
I'd be like, the nerve of you wanting to meet anybody.
No,
No.
see, once again, that's your personal feelings.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
my personal feelings.
You got to think about your child. So go ahead, meet them.
and
No, my child. I'm talking about my ex.
I know.
What?
Cause you
So
said
what you gonna do? You gonna say you can't
you
be
said
around
that's the nerve of you want to meet who I'm dating when I know you irresponsible. So that's your feelings. You're thinking about
When
yourself.
I know I'm
and
the
what you've been
responsible
through.
one.
Exactly.
so
Right.
you
You're
feel
thinking about
like you don't
yourself.
have to disclose who that
You
child's
think about
going to be
yourself.
around to your
You're
ex.
not
gotta
thinking about the
disclose it.
child. Yeah.
No, I don't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't have to disclose anything.
That is so biased
But
right
it's
now.
still
I
like
didn't
it
feel the
works
way
both
y'all feel.
ways.
I know it's not
No,
biased.
I'm okay
because I
with
didn't
the
feel the way
feeling.
y'all feel.
But you
I
would
didn't
want the
feel like,
father.
in my opinion, I didn't feel like I have to. I didn't feel what y'all feel. So I'm not biased. If y'all would have said what I said, then y'all would have been biased. But I didn't feel like I had to meet my ex's new boo before my baby went over there because I feel like if this is my ex I had a baby with, I already know I trust this man enough to go ahead and make these decisions. Like if I say, now who is this chick you been having a baby with? I might ask some questions and be petty on the phone if I want to be or something like that. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, he can't come over until
But because
I
you
check
don't
her
feel
out.
like you want to meet, you think it's wrong for him to feel like he
It's
needs
not
to be
wrong. It's just that I wish you would pull that card because you can't. You would meet him if I say you can, but you're not gonna tell me. You're not gonna tell me. I'm just sorry. You're not gonna tell me. My son can't be
took her
around
mask
him.
off.
My son can't be around him until I meet him. I wish you would. No, you're not gonna do
I'm
that.
saying, but what's the problem with that? I'm
There's
confused.
no problem. You just can't pull that card. You can't tell me that.
Why? Because it
Because-
gotta be a problem if they cannot ask a question to a person that
You
I
can ask the
am in a
question, but
relationship
if
with
I
and
say-
have a child with.
You can ask the question.
And this the whole thing too. Like you could trust the father, but just because you trust the father,
Don't
that don't
mean
have
you
nothing to
trust
do with
with
that
her.
other person.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
That
father
other
can feel the
person-
same way.
Yeah, they can, but that's what I'm saying.
So why? So
Because
what
you
I'm
trust
saying
the
is,
parent, that has nothing to do with the other person that they're dating.
so that's why the father is asking, "Can I meet your significant other now?"
And now
And
I
she's
said no.
saying no. So I said, "Well, what makes
That's
it
why
right?"
they said that work both ways.
Yeah,
You know, like
I
we
know
want
a
to meet
lot
the other
of
woman, and good
I know
fathers want
a
to meet
lot
the
of
other
good-
men.
I know a lot
They
of
work
good
both
fathers that's excellent with their kids, and I can see them saying to their ex, "Okay, well, when can I meet the new fella?" Like, and she's like, "No,
Well,
that's
that's
not
why we're
gonna happen."
Real
So
women with true thoughts.
I'm confused. I'm
These are
confused.
my
Like,
thoughts.
is this just a thing that we do with a man? Now the man can't ask us to meet.
I mean,
I
he
And
can say whatever he
women
wants
do
to
think
say.
like that because we feel
Once
like
again,
we the
I
mother.
wouldn't do that with
we
just,
in
I wouldn't do that
control.
with just a man. I do that with wherever my child go because I'm gonna tell y'all something. I am responsible for my children at all times. So you know how people would say, "Oh, well, my baby was over my sister's house and she messed around and she got burned. It's her fault." No, it ain't. You know how your sister house run. You know your sister don't pay attention to kids. So you let your daughter go over there because she had to be babysitting. So when you say she got burnt, don't be running around here saying it's my sister's fault. It's your fault too. You are responsible. You put her into your child's hands. So that's how I feel. So if anything happened to my child when I sent it to her father's house, me and him are both her parents. So if something happened to her, regardless if I wasn't there, regardless if it was the baby mama that did it and he didn't do it, he allowed her to be around her, and I allowed her to be around her too. So it's all of our faults. It's me and his fault too. That's how I look at it. So that's why I gotta know everything about everybody and everything, because I'm just not gonna give my child to the wolves. I'm not.
Again, with having kids, I still
the
say
exes.
Even
New woman be
when
the
you
wolves.
she could think you know a person, you still don't know them like that.
She could be wolf.
what you say.
I said even when you think you know a person, you still don't know
And that's
them
my
like
whole
that.
thing. Like, you're taking a chance either way.
Either way it goes.
But it's best to have a mutual relationship that we all can come together and
But see,
co-parent this
in your
child.
response, while you talking about people using their kids as pawns, if say for instance you really do truly feel that way, like I'm not gonna give you this to be questioning my man and you've been
I
doing
think
what
she
you wanna
truly
do.
do feel
I
that.
can tell because it came out real hard. But at some point in time, you gotta think about it. Like even with you saying, "I trust my man. I trust she gonna be over here and he should be able to handle this woman." You know how women are. You're a woman yourself. You know what I mean? Now, say for instance, you've been a good stepmother. You know what you do, so that's probably why you feel like that. But you gotta remember the people that's in the world, honey.
Everybody ain't like you.
Everybody ain't like you.
Everybody
They're not.
mind thinks different.
Including the guys you date. You denying this father
And just like
to
we
meet your
friends,
significant
And-
other.
but he's not gonna see nothing I didn't see. Just because he
You
said
lied.
You trying to tell me
Because
you
you just got the best pick
it's
of the
like you
crop.
just said. I was
Oh
supposed to
my
my
God.
kid at all times. At all times. So I wish you would.
So
and
you ain't
was
never
gonna
had
come
no-
here
so
and you was
you
gonna
ain't
make a
never
better
had to- you
decision
ain't
than
never
I'll
had-
make.
you ain't-
No, you wasn't gonna do that. That wasn't gonna happen. It's
We
nothing
know
you gonna be
that.
able to say that he was gonna tell me that he came up in here in 5 minutes, shook hands with this, because all he was gonna do, I ain't finna let you sit and have dinner with him. So you was gonna shake hands and you was gonna be able to look in his eyes and say, I don't think he no good. Get you out my house. That's
So
all.
why can't they sit down and have dinner together?
I'm not saying
Well,
you
just become that type
We
of party.
are co-parenting one child. Just because you had to child with that one
Ma'am.
man, when you
Ma'am.
become married or
Ma'am.
into
This
a
goes back to-
relationship,
ma'am.
we're
Hold on to
co-parenting.
fellas.
ma'am. Let me get this.
This breaking that
So
personal
when you
feelings.
break up with your child's father, okay, y'all become co-parents, right?
Mhm.
And what does that mean?
That we co-parenting.
But you have to stay in a relationship with him, whether you know that or not.
Mhm.
So now he has a relationship with someone else.
Mhm.
So guess what?
That's their relationship.
It's not.
It is.
It's all of y'all.
We're
No, it's
co-parenting.
not. I have been in this situation on every different angle of this for like the last 12, 13 years in 2 different relationships. And I have been in this thing that y'all talking about. In no time ever did I feel like, one, that somebody was gonna come over and give me an essay and find out how good of a parent I was. Because that never happened in neither time. Or 2, did I feel like somebody should come and question the decision I made, because I done made this decision already. So even if you came over here, it was nothing you was gonna say to make me change my mind.
I don't think it's about making a decision to make you
you
change
said
your
that never
mind.
happened. It's
I'm just
probably
talking about
those
all of
people
us
that
come
you was
together.
dating
And that's what
at
I'm
that
saying.
time.
I guess it's probably the people I was thinking, because in my mind, I'm thinking with anybody, I'm thinking if we together, we both know each other. So I'm thinking like, I'm not gonna think that you just out here just bringing anybody around my kid. And just like you wouldn't think I'm out here just bringing anybody around your kid.
That's the thing, though, Drea. It don't be anybody, but you can't trust nobody. Like you
And
think
I
a person
understand what you're
is
saying,
one way,
but
but then they
what
turn
I'm
out to
saying
be
is,
another.
I'm gonna be the person that make that decision. You're not gonna come in and say, "Hey, you know you can't trust her."
But
right?
you can't.
But
That's
you
what I'm
can't do that
saying.
because just like
That's
how you
what
think
I'm
your
saying.
man
You cannot.
is the good man, and you know I'm not gonna let you be the one to judge it because he's good in your eyes. But at the same
I got
time,
a good story.
A
That
child
has
come
to be
home
there.
and
That's the way
come to
it
the
is.
stepfather and say, this
I
man
got a
beat
situation
me.
where this lady, she was a pastor's daughter. Okay, so she was raised into having one family, no outsiders. But it just so happened she married a guy that did. So
She married a guy that was dead.
she married a guy that had outside kids.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So once he started bringing his children in and trying to get her to meet him, she tried to be a good parent to them, but because of her upbringing and how she was raised and knowing I want just my kids. She wanted one family. She didn't want any step kids in. So unconsciously, and me just talking to her and her giving me her feelings, she was mistreating them kids.
I understand what you're saying. And you think if the kid's mama had came over and had tea with her, that she was gonna be able to tell during tea that that lady was gonna mistreat her kids?
The mama would have knew her feelings. The mama would have
You could tell people
She would
personas.
have after you meet somebody. Not saying that first time, like you said, you shake their hand.
But that's why
you
I
can
say
tell
dinner.
people's mentality by how, like what they say and what they're thinking.
Body language and everything.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a pretty good judge of character of that. And if you make me one chance to suspect that you're that type of person, I'm snatching my kid away.
Well, I get it.
Well, that was the reason of bringing up the point when you said, ain't no need to have dinner. So your ex ain't met your current boo. And your child is over to the ex house, which you ain't met his current boo. But he reveals to the current boo over at the father house, you know, my mama new boyfriend does this and this to me. Now the new boo have to go tell your kid's father what the child has revealed to her because maybe they felt close. And the father have to bring it to you. What's your reaction?
I'm sorry. I try to follow this from the new boo to the old boo, but we got to get
So
these
your
names.
child goes to the father house and tells the stepmother that something
It's going
tell
on
the
at your
step-
house.
Right.
Your child said there's something going on at their daddy house.
Yeah.
But from
No,
the
your
daddy
child
going
said
on
something
at your
going on
house.
at your house to the step parent. Not to the daddy, to the stepmom.
Okay.
And then the stepmama tells the father, and then the father got to bring it to you about your man that you think is so good.
Got you.
So what you
So
gonna
what
do?
is your reaction to that?
I don't know. I mean,
That's the reason it's important to have the relationship with the significant other in a co-parent relationship.
You still ain't sold me on that one. But I mean, everybody allowed to have their
Because
own opinion.
this is the reason I
Everybody
bring it
has their
up.
own opinion.
Because by me being a parent and my child is over there and she's still comfortable enough to talk to Nicole, who's the other parent. Nicole and me have at least been cordial enough to have dinner and everything
Conversation.
together. As a woman, she's gonna pick up that phone, are you not, and call that other parent and say,
They that cool?
it's not
Girl,
okay.
no, it's never gonna happen in my
she's
life.
she's gonna tell the father.
I don't know why you feel that way. I swear to
She's
God.
gonna tell the father.
I gotta have
I have
some
a
type of
relationship like
relationship.
Yeah, I cannot do that.
But you said you would tell her before you tell the father?
No, it came from the father, remember?
No.
No, I said,
No.
what if you and her have a relationship where she
You
can pick
gonna
up the
call
phone and tell
Oh,
you?
it's gonna be something happen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
So you don't think
So
it's
you
okay
don't-
for the
it'll
other
be-
woman to
to call
contact
you.
you
Right.
when it's a problem going on with your child? You don't. It's
You don't have to.
The
Yeah.
whole point of
Yeah,
this is
you're looking out for the best interest
Yeah.
of
It's
your
not
child.
The woman
right.
can
It's
call
not
you.
like y'all gotta be best of friends, but
Yeah, but she
you gotta
felt
be
like
cordial
this was
for
the
your
woman
child.
The woman could call
I
you
want
from-
the woman to
but
feel
the
comfortable
woman-
to talk to me if anything is going on with my child
She
because
definitely could talk
some
to you.
kids, you know, they feel comfortable
With another
talking
person.
about certain situations with this person that they feel that they can't talk about with their parent because they
I
feel
get that.
that their parent won't understand
get
the
that.
situation.
I get that.
Right.
Because she said, and she called me. So my thing is,
I get that.
you would not do it.
Everybody does what works for them and what's best for them. If that worked for y'all want to go
So
have
don't
tea
tell us that
with
it don't
people.
it work for you just so we can shut us
What
up.
we're saying is,
Like
if
I
a
said, I've
person's
been
in
in
this
this situation for a long time, and I do what works for me. And that, I don't do that.
So the other woman should not ever feel comfortable calling you.
Yeah,
to
she
say,
can call me. I don't have a problem with her calling me. That's not what I'm saying. I didn't say that.
but that's a
That's
part
what
of
we've been
relationship.
saying,
No.
That's a co-parent relationship.
Listen. So y'all talking about a co-parent relationship once this has already started going on and this and the other. I'm talking about when these people are starting to date. Y'all talking about, it sound like to me, because you said the person feel comfortable talking to the other person. Sound like to me that y'all talking about people that have probably been together for some time. They know about these kids and other. What I was mentioning was, for instance, if her boyfriend went and started dating somebody else, they just now dating, and now her kid's gonna go over there and, you know, she want to meet this person. I'm not talking about somebody who's been together, a couple years, and now me and the mama, we done came together for graduations and this prom. Oh, yeah, we're going to be cordial. Hey, how you doing? Whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if I just move on, and my new person that I am dating, you like, during this dating process, everybody I date, or whoever I say, I'm finna bring a little time and have dinner with me and my new date, you like, let me meet him first. Let me meet him before dinner. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Not nothing like
I'm
that. Because
talking
I
about
wouldn't even involve my child while I'm dating like that. You're not even gonna meet my
Your
child
son
unless
should- your
we
kids
know
shouldn't
that
be
this is
your
gonna be
date.
stable. We've
But
been dating
that's
for
what I'm
a
saying.
minute
If
before
you
you
in
come
your
up and say
mind,
my
if you're
child.
telling your ex like, oh, I'm ready to let little Timmy meet this new guy I've been dating for a couple months. You know what I'm saying? Or 6 months. I'm ready to let little Timmy meet this guy I've been dating for 6 months. It's starting to get a little serious. And then your ex say, well, let me meet him first. So you made a better decision than I made. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying it's like you don't trust me as a parent.
You
to
said
say-
initially.
Initially.
Somebody.
No, I said once we live
Initially
together,
meeting
yeah,
somebody,
you gonna be
it's
the
probably
person.
not necessary.
You ain't,
because
what I'm saying is you're not going to screen every guy that I start dating.
Right,
for
that's
my
what I
child.
was just
That's
gonna
what I
say.
would say.
Initially-
First of all, I'm not gonna screen every guy that you date because everybody you date ain't finna meet my name.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's
You're
what
not
I'm
gonna-
saying.
you're not gonna
Like, my
even-
child not even gonna meet
even the
all
guys
these guys.
that are going to meet my
And if you
my
think
child,
they are, then
I
that's
don't
the
feel
whole
like
beginning of me
that-
saying that you this ain't finna
They
work.
gonna be
You're
like,
not
"Nah, every
afraid
time I
it's
turn
messed
around,
up."
mama
but
got a
I
new
should,
boo.
what I'm saying is, if the guys that your children are going to meet, if it's 2, you know, after 6 months you decide, okay, I'm ready to do this and other, and then for you to tell your ex, give him the respect, and then he act like he gonna come through, and he, you know, the judges on the
I think
Bachelor
you're
or
taking it the
something.
wrong way, Drill.
No, that's the
You
way I
looking
was
at it
explaining
like
it to
you
in the
looking
first
at it
place.
like the man, like when we say for instance you first start dating somebody and during the dating process you say within 3 months and then a person say they want to meet the person.
Before,
the thing is,
before.
right, and then you're saying that who he think he is,
No,
he got to meet
I'm
him
saying,
before.
yeah.
But my thing is in the dating progress,
No,
you're
that's
in the
true.
dating
Yeah.
process, you're getting to know that they're getting to know that person
Mm-hmm.
themselves, so they can't even rectify or know if that person is a good fit
And now
for
you
that child.
coming in as a judge, and you gonna tell me.
Hell yeah,
And that's
'Cause
what my
what
child.
you're
And that's the part I wouldn't.
But it's nothing against that parent.
No.
It's the fact that
It would be, in my opinion, it would be.
But that's what I'm saying. I think you're taking it wrong.
Mhm.
That's a complete stranger. Not only is he getting to know her and figure if she's good for not only him,
I'm
but
not
good to be a
bringing you
parent.
along for the screening process. That's the part I'm saying. Once we get past this and I meet him, ain't like I'm leaving him home by himself with this
So
guy.
let me ask you
Just
this.
meet
Right
him.
now, you as a wife and Mike is a good husband, okay? And I mean, I have a husband too. I mean, or even you with your mate and you with your mate, however it goes. You trying to tell me there ain't times, and I'm just sorry, men just don't pick up on everything. They just don't. You know what I'm saying? They look over a lot of stuff. That's why it's important for us to be mothers. So you trying to tell me there's never been a time when you had to open my eyes to something that was bluntly right in front of him?
As far as my kids, or as far as something.
Everything.
Well, like you said, men are men, so I can't say no.
You
so
got.
I
it's
can't
a
say
good-
no.
it's
But
a
what
good
I
man
am saying,
father
I
out
mean,
here.
he's
The reason I say it is because
kids.
I love my husband
It's not for his
dearly.
kids.
I know he loved my kids dearly. And I know he would never hurt them purposely. But sometimes he just don't look at everything in a whole like I do.
And
So it's not like I don't trust him, but together we're going to do this. What I didn't notice, you going to notice. What you didn't notice, I'm going to notice. So we're going to be the best at this. I don't give a damn about going back and forth about, oh, you don't trust me? No, it ain't that. That's why the whole point of this conversation is kids is a pond. And it don't have to just be with money. It don't have to just be with another mate. It could be with things like this. The kid comes first. So if 2 parents together is working that out, why are you mad? Do it for the best interest of what? The child. That's it.
I understand the best interest of the child. All right, so we have Alicia here, and we're able to get her thoughts on our topic. So Alicia,
Yes.
today we have been discussing women who use their children as pawns, and we somehow got to the point where, you know, we discussed if your ex was to move on, or if you were to move on, what's the process? What's the process for your kid to meet the new guy that you're dating?
Okay, so if I'm dating a new guy, it will be months down the road before my child ever meets this new person. Because in the beginning, in a couple of months that you've been dating, like, you're still getting to know that person. And as far as the ex meeting that person, I don't think necessarily the ex should meet that person before the child does, because the ex is like a non-factor at this point.
So
Wait.
the ex isn't part of the screening process.
The ex is always a part of the screening
I'm
process.
asking Alicia. We've already had your opinion.
Listen, you're just as you are the ex and say that your ex is now dating some other female, you would want to know who your child will be around too. I'm not saying that the ex is not going to ever be in the screening process, but I don't see the reason for the ex to meet the person first before your child does.
So
Because they're not a factor in that in that relationship yet.
so
Now,
in this
eventually,
situation,
If you're taking your child to meet this person, that means you're planning on moving forward with this person, right?
So eventually your ex will meet him. I never said that your ex should not
So
never
you don't
meet the
think it
person.
should be?
But I don't think that the ex should meet that person first before your child does. I don't. That's my personal opinion.
So your child should be exposed to
because what if
someone
your ex don't
before
give you
your
the roles
ex.
like it's The Bachelor? What
It's
if
not
the ex say
about
no?
getting the roles. It's just to me, bringing someone to meet somebody is not about.
But what if
me
your
getting
ex
this
say no?
okay.
What if your ex
It's
say
not
no?
about okay.
But
this
what
is
if they
a
say no?
This is a courtesy that I'm extending that me and you and my person I'm intending to continue this relationship
But what if
with.
they say no?
I wanted you to meet A
yeah.
because I'm gonna have little such and such meet him this weekend.
Timmy.
So I want you to be okay that Timmy is gonna be around him. This is Blue. We've been dating for 6 months.
Okay.
And
I like that name, though. It sounds
this is
strong.
Blue, and we've been dating for 6 months. And Blue, this is the Timmy's
Timmy.
father.
This is Timmy's father. Okay.
Okay, so this is not, to me, what I'm saying is I'm not introducing them for approval status. What I'm saying is I'm introducing them because this is the person that if I feel so
But what if
strongly
Timmy
that I'm
father don't
going to bring
understand and
this
he's like,
child,
no?
Wait a
it's
minute.
not what you again.
I don't know what
I
you're saying.
understand what you said because you know what? In my situation, my ex did not meet my new man first before my child.
But do that make it right?
I'm not saying to make it
what-
right.
what-
but
what-
that's
what-
what I
what-
mean.
But
Like
where
that.
is it right or wrong at?
Where's the book?
No.
Okay,
Let's
let's
go
go back to this.
We're
Let's
talking
go
about
back to this now.
co-parenting.
Let's go back to this.
Exactly.
The
Your
other
the guy,
You expecting
your
the
guy
father.
that you're saying didn't meet your children.
Is he a responsible parent in that child's life right now?
Not really.
Can't use him. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, in that situation, I couldn't use.
But wait a minute.
Well, I mean, but this
Before,
is-
before that, he was a responsible parent while the whole time we was together.
Bad.
Yeah.
You still got to continue when you break up. That's what we're talking about.
Right.
I understand
But
that,
if you want
but-
to use, if you want to do comparisons, I couldn't use my situation. and
We're
now-
not.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm not basing my answer off of my situation because you know my situation.
You have nothing to do
the
with
ex.
that.
So what I'm saying is,
That was just something
I'm
I was
not-
trying to get her to
right,
understand. Why
I
he
wouldn't
wasn't,
base that
why he
down.
wasn't interested
I'm just
in
trying
see
I'm
who
trying
she
to
was
get
with.
everybody to
Because
look at it.
I'm
You
not
do
saying I
have
wasn't
to.
interested in trying to see who I was with,
You
but I'm
do
just
have
saying.
I'm
to.
you
just
did not
trying to
bring
get
him
everybody
into
to
my
look
child.
at
But he
it
asked
as a
me, though.
kid. We are all talking about the kid. Once
Right.
again, we get into personal, what you feel, what you feel.
It's kinda
We're
like
talking about the
he
kid.
was
For
still trying to
anybody
get
to
with
be
me.
exposed
Exactly.
to
It wasn't
anybody
about
else's
child.
kid.
But who
Yeah.
said
Anybody
that
can
the
get
daddy's
anybody else
the
fool.
daddy's
It's
decision
a
was
right
gonna trump
for
my
everyone
It's
to
decision?
be
not about
okay.
the father's decision.
It's-
Because
I'm
whatever
not-
he says, it's
That's what I'm saying. It's not about what he
But
said.
it's about
But when you open up the courtesy and say, "Oh well, I was gonna let little Timmy meet Blue," and he'd be like, "Oh well, I want to meet Blue first." Okay, now I do it like that.
Right.
All right, let you meet Blue. Then he'd be like, "Oh, I don't like him that much."
I'm not saying
But it's not-
it,
his
whatever
opinion
he
doesn't
said.
matter.
But what happens? Because now you
don't
open up
nothing
the door,
happens.
you make him feel like his opinion matter.
No, I didn't make him feel like it mattered. It matters to
Bullshit.
our kid. That's who it matters to.
So you gonna tell your kid, "Hey, I'm finna go let your daddy meet Blue."
No, what I'm saying is before Blue meets my kid, my kid father will meet Blue.
So you gonna tell you gonna okay.
I understand what you're saying because you do have some petty dudes out here.
Yeah, I'm
right?
not talking about
That'll
it,
be
but
like,
that's-
you know what? I don't like him, and so
But
now
you don't open up the floor
you
for
don't
my
open it up.
opinion.
and then
It
he's
don't
not,
matter.
and so now you're with Blue. Timmy's father just gonna be at Blue for no reason.
Bull crap
But
all
that
around
could be-
us
that
here.
could-
Oh,
but that
his
could- but
Blue
that
ain't
could
no
be-
good. You know
but
Blue ain't
That
no
could
good.
be
He with
any
Blue.
if he meet him or not. That's
So
just that person.
who's to say what you're doing is wrong or the way that you would do it is wrong? And who's to say that the way that I would do it is wrong?
Where's the
No,
book?
There is
no
no
one,
wrong,
no one
right
is
and
saying
wrong.
it's
There
on
is
the
no
right.
book.
But
Right.
what I'm
That's
saying
the
is
point
when
I'm
it
trying
comes
to
to
make,
kids,
y'all.
right
There is
now it
no
comes
book.
to
and
You're
using
trying
your
to
kids
decide.
as a pawn
Right.
to have a mutual relationship for your child is put all personal feelings aside,
Right.
and for that child,
Exactly.
you
But
do
that would
need
be the
to.
pawn. That would be the pawn. When you say, "Oh, I want you to meet him," and then the parents say, "Oh, well, I don't like him." That's
How's that a pawn?
because now they say they don't like him. Now you have to make a
But
decision.
you're
Like,
No,
do I
no,
still
no.
date Blue?
You're
So you gonna
basing
still
that
date Blue?
decision off again.
Are you
y'all
gonna
just-
still date
y'all-
Blue?
Y'all keep
So
basing
what was the
opinions off of
point?
people. You keep basing opinion off of people who obviously are petty and silly. Because if you meet somebody and you know there's nothing wrong with that
with that person that your child is going to move forward with, because you're not there no more. You're gone.
Right.
You
But
understand
that
that?
doesn't go with the topic. The whole topic was.
But okay,
the pawn.
so if he's going to use that as a pawn and say, oh, I don't like him, then right away, like I said, that mentality of that person is wrong. So I'm going to have to meet everybody you bring in my child's life, because I see right now you're immature and your thoughts are going forward towards yourself, and what you want to do is not about my child.
But you knew he was immature because you had already dated him, so you knew he was immature.
So that's why now
You
I'm
knew he was
doing all
immature
this.
before you opened up
That's
the
why
door
I'm
for
doing
him
all
to
this.
go meet you.
That's why I'm doing all this, because I'm going off of your
alleviated
track
that
record.
whole thing.
People
because of
change.
that.
That's the point I'm
People
making.
change. It's not about being mature. People change throughout life. So yeah, he could have been immature because we dated at 18, 17. We're grown women. What I'm saying is, the reason this was brought up, using kids as a pawn. To co-parent somebody, I don't care if I too much don't like my husband's new wife.
Right.
I'm gonna respect her enough because she is
She's
around my child, and I'm not gonna refuse to let my child go over there because he continues to date her.
And
But
no,
that's
that's not the
different.
topic.
That's
not
what
what I
I'm
said.
saying, that's a
I
pawn.
already
But
said
I'm
no.
saying
I
it's
said
different
my
because
kids
this
go over
is
there.
his
I
wife,
said we ain't got
meaning
set
they
up no
already
deal.
What's
had
the
time.
difference?
But y'all was talking about in the
I
beginning.
know
And that's
people
what
got
I'm
married
hold
within
on.
2 or 3
What she
weeks.
just said, that's
That
what I'm
is
trying to
the
explain.
difference.
There's two
If they
different
married,
what
they
y'all
already
talking
had
about.
their time in to be
They could have
married.
got
to
married
they
within
fit.
2 or
But
3
that's
weeks.
what make it
Who
worse.
get married within 2 or 3
Yes,
weeks?
Oh my
yes,
God.
I have to meet somebody that you only been dating for 4 or 5 months, because you shouldn't be showing my child
So,
that person
But
anyway.
who
So what-
disagree with that is what I'm saying.
I was agreeing
I
with
don't
you. You
think
weren't here at that
No,
time.
no, no. I didn't
No,
disagree
what
with
I'm
that.
saying
I didn't
is,
disagree with that.
I
What I
think that
disagree
she
with was
disagreed.
y'all
The
saying
screening
the dating
Right.
process.
It's a
When
screening
I said
process.
screening
First of all,
process.
we shouldn't be talking about if your kid's gonna meet somebody in dating process, because they don't.
No, what I said was, if you're dating somebody, if I date somebody for 6 months and I feel like, oh, I'm dating this guy for 6 months, oh, and I like Blue, he's real cool, I'm ready to let my baby meet Blue. I go pick up my little Timmy from his dad this weekend and say, hey, I'll give you a heads up, I'm gonna let little Timmy meet the guy I've been dating for last 6 months, he gonna be this weekend. Now, my ex, he come tell me, well, I want to meet him Wednesday or Thursday before Timmy meet him. It's not popping. You're not part of the screening process. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, once
I
little
understand
Timmy,
that.
once little
But
Timmy
you're not
meets
understanding
Blue.
everybody else, and that's your opinion.
No,
That's
it's-
fine.
that's what I'm
But
just
6
saying.
months, you ain't finna meet my motherfucking baby.
What? That's what she
Well,
said.
I know people got married within a year.
I didn't know somebody.
weeks. They don't secretly get married. Your
No,
baby ain't gonna be
That's
there.
what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm 38 years old, and I've been through life. Now, if you asked me this question when I was 20, you probably would have met my baby at 6 months. But I know now that being with people, you don't know a person for real, after being with them 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
So I don't trust you with my child.
Okay.
I don't.
And
And that's my
And
opinion.
that's your opinion.
So
You're right.
when is the time for your child to meet that person?
But I
if
think
you've been
that's
with them?
That'll be another
That's
time.
how you visualize.
that's
That's how you feel
individualized.
about your relationship
Because
and
my
you feel about your date.
relationship, I was with him for all of 6 months. We was married within a year. He met my daughter in
And
6
that-
months. We've
and
been married
that
for
was
almost
fine.
10 years now. So I felt comfortable with him meeting my daughter. Now later on down the road, did he meet my daughter's father? Of course he did, because this is the man that I plan to be with. You're gonna get to know him because this is the man that's gonna be around your
Later on
daughter.
down the line, right.
That's
Not
all
your
that
son.
matters.
This is your daughter. So you need to know this man, how he rolled, because this is going to be. And when I met his wife, it wasn't under pleasant circumstances, but I met his wife. I like his wife. I don't mind you being around my daughter. I like your values. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like you're never going to meet the man
That was
in
my
my
point.
life, but do you meet the man in my life before my child? Absolutely not, because then you're not a part of that household. You're not a part of that relationship. So once they get comfortable, we're all comfortable together, then yeah, you can meet him because obviously he's sticking around. So then now it's time for you all to meet. But I don't
But
think
he's
that.
already met the child. I don't even feel like it's the point you meet them.
But you still, but he
But at
still
the
has
same
to
time, it
know.
goes
Yeah,
around-
it
it
goes
goes
back
back
to
to
being the
the
child.
way
He's
you
all
okay, the way
together.
you
We're all
just, you already
together.
just
Right.
said,
This is the
we're
time
all
when they have to
together,
be
this is
alone.
what's gonna be. But
Right.
again, I posed that question, so you decided, I'm in a
On your
relationship, and we're gonna make this comfortable on your own. Now your child is over at your kid's father's house, and reveals that something's going on in this household that you made comfortable for her.
Okay.
And now it's not comfortable for her. She didn't feel okay with saying that with you. She done went to her father and said something.
No, her thing was she went to the step parent.
Well, she went to the step parent and said, well, my mom's new husband is doing this and this to me.
And I understand.
So, but that's the reason I say it is a relationship.
Even if something
with
did
that
happen,
extra
Daddy was not
person.
gonna figure that out by shaking his hand and having a cup of tea.
But
That's all I was
exactly.
saying. That's the only point I was making.
And it's
I understand what
understand
you're saying. That's
Brad.
happening. That can
first
don't mean that he gonna be like, hey, he ain't gonna be no good. After before or after.
But you don't know what may happen if a man feel like another man is standing there.
Yes.
You never know how that man may feel like. Well,
The
shit.
same thing
Maybe not too much
the same
credit
thing
because
I said previously.
they got this relationship
When you
like
be
this.
me, we both women.
Mhm.
You can figure me out.
Right.
When your husband be me, can he figure me out for real?
Yes. Some
Some men can,
Yes.
but most men can't. Men are usually, I'm sorry, this is my opinion. Men are usually ran by women. They are. Off of their opinions. When you come to start a home, the home is pretty much ran how the woman views of the home is. Now either he gonna agree with it or he gonna add to it. You understand what I'm saying? So really, to me, it's the woman.
Can I just add one thing? This is the only reason why. I want to just clear this up. Why I feel like when y'all say, why would the kid meet before the parent? This is how, in my mind, I envision it. We all together. Me, my child, my new boo, Blue. And he gonna meet my new kid. My old kid gonna meet my new boo. Right? My kid gonna meet my new boo. Okay. At this time we mean we all together. For a long time it's gonna be a time we all together. It's gonna be a long time before my kid is just with this man by herself or himself, okay? So it's not like, oh, when I go meet my boo with my kid, I'm like, hey, y'all met. Now y'all go there, I'm about to go out.
Right.
It's not like that. So since we all together, by this time
moving in,
right. So by this time I'm still getting a feel because I'm still doing this myself, trying to figure out. I'm not bringing nobody else to help me with the dating process. Like, hey, so how you think they interact? No, I'm just giving you my opinion. No, I'm just telling you how I feel about it. This is how I feel about it. I just feel like I can make this decision, and then once I feel like there's going to be a point where these people are going to be alone together, my child and my new boo, then yeah, you can come in and tell me how you feel about your kid being around this man alone. But while I'm right here, what the hell you think gonna happen while I'm standing right here?
Again, you're taking it like I'm saying. You got to worry about the other person's opinion or what they say. What I'm saying is the common courtesy of us making this child.
Courteous too.
And then
Your co-parent.
Exactly. But I
We're all in a relationship.
So you think
I'm in a
co-parent
relationship
is
with
my
his
kid
wife.
over like what
We're
you
in a
feeding
relationship
him
with
today?
my husband.
No, I said
We're all.
we need to what you
be
feeding
able
today.
to be
I don't have to micromanage the
We've been
co-parent.
dating for 6
I can
months.
co-parent
And
without
we're gonna
micromanaging.
introduce-
I'm not gonna call you like that's what they eat. I'm not gonna call you that's what they're wearing. I'm not gonna micromanage the situation. I'm gonna co-parent. I'm gonna do my part over here. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and you gonna do what you gotta do, and we're gonna and we're gonna parent. But we ain't gotta freaking do it like this. Right? I mean, because that's doing too much. That's just like when I see my kid over there. That's what I just said. If I call you like, hey, so you know you giving him macaroni tonight for dinner, and make sure you get some apples. And now I'm doing too much. Like I can do it, but I ain't gotta do it.
You don't have to call and ask about macaroni. You don't have to ask about apples. That's the whole point.
Because I want to be healthy.
That's
I want to be healthy.
That's the whole point. That's to me. That's the whole point.
But that's a whole other thing.
Because when I meet him up front, like I said, I'm gonna ask the questions that I need to know. I'm gonna know if you're gonna be cooking. I'm gonna know what you're gonna feed my child. I'm gonna know what type of person you are. So now, after I meet you and you have the approval to be with my child, and I'm not gonna call you and ask you.
Yeah, once y'all gonna be there
I'm already
alone. But before that, when y'all ain't gonna be alone, I gotta wonder what you gonna give my child when her daddy gonna be right there, or his daddy gonna be right there.
Well, you guys are getting
Personal.
real deep and personal about something that's truly is just the topic. I didn't say you have to care about that person's feelings when they meet her. I said you extend that courtesy to say, I've been dating Blue for 6 months and we're going to introduce Timmy next weekend. So I just wanted you to be comfortable. This is my ex-husband, Blue. Blue, this is my, Tim, this is Blue.
She's saying that
Okay,
I think she's
now,
on the shoe, but
anything that
if her-
happened therefore after,
if her husband
that's
came to
between me
her-
and Blue.
Well, say for instance, your daughter comes to you.
understand that.
Your daughter comes to you. Your daughter going to visit with her father, and then she come back to you and say, "Oh, I met Angela today. Angela's my daddy's new girlfriend, and we went to the store. We went to
Where'd she
party."
come from?
And it could be a whole good situation, but at that point in time, you have to let me know what you're doing with my child. That's a big step because some child ain't accepting to that. That could
That's
be
true.
Mentally,
mentally and physically can hurt my child. Her even seeing that.
or go start mess because the child could
You know what I'm
not
saying?
want them to be
Or
together.
let's say the child
You know what I'm saying?
even come home and tell you that because some kids know their parents.
Right.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
So,
I'm just gonna put myself in.
It
this
can go further
situation.
and further and
And
then
say
say
that.
that. You have to. Only thing I'm saying is you gotta be on the same
You
team.
do. You have
And
to co-parent. I agree.
You have to be on the same team. And even if this woman is something that you don't want to deal with, once again, our whole topic was it's all about the child. Forget your feelings.
So you're not gonna pull what you're saying is, even though you've already said I want you to meet Blue before I introduce Blue to Timmy. And when he meets Blue, your ex meets Blue, and he's like, yeah, I don't like him. Okay, fine, you had your opinion, but I want you to respect my relationship. Don't try to cause any problems in my relationship because this is who I'm gonna be with. Just to say, if the shoe was on the other foot and he was introducing your child to his new wife or whatever, if you didn't like her, you're not gonna not say, well, Timmy can't go over there because I don't like your wife. You're gonna respect the fact that he's married, but you know, again, you all have to have those open lines of communication to co-parent. Hey, listen, maybe Timmy came home and told me something that I really didn't appreciate or I didn't like, so I'm bringing it to your attention. So maybe you need to address it. Let's figure out what's going on, why Timmy came and told me that problem.
Instead of having the whole pond thing.
Instead of saying, I'm just
not
going to take you away.
You can't go over there because I didn't like that.
He said Angela did whatever.
Right.
I'm going to bring it to you because ultimately the tie that binds is you. I'm going to bring it to you because you're the father, and whatever happened, you need to address it with her.
That's how I feel.
You understand what I'm saying?
They will start
but at
calling
the
the
same
person and tell
time,
them.
there's
No, I said what if that person called.
She said, what if she called you and told you that your child told you?
I didn't say it
something
had to
going
go
on?
like that.
Yeah.
But me as a person, if I was with someone and that child
You
revealed
would call
something
the
to
ex, you
me,
wouldn't tell the
I would tell the father. But of course, I would call the ex too. It was told to me, not him.
Right.
I conveyed to him what happened,
Right.
but I was like, I will definitely call that other person because at the time in the relationships I see myself in the future is we have open lines of communication. So yeah, I would feel okay with dialing my husband, ex-wife, and said, you know, Maggie came over here due to the fact that we already met previously at dinner, and she knows that we're dating and we're involved in this relationship. Yeah, I'm comfortable enough to call you and say, Megan came here today, and I don't know what could have happened because she had never done this before. But I did tell Al. But I just wanted to tell you because I know guys
His
don't.
name was Blue.
Blue guys,
Whatever.
whatever. Guys don't communicate things as well as I probably can tell you.
Yeah.
But she said it in this way. So I just want to bring to your attention, you and Al can work on what y'all gonna do or what may happen. Or she may feel like she could talk to me about something. I'm not saying all of us need to be the best of friends. But what I'm saying, we are adults. And at a
And I
time,
agree.
you need to have communication.
Right.
And when all this other stuff involved, it's because there's no closure and you have not allowed
Mhm.
yourself to heal.
That's
Because
And
not
that's what
one
they keep
person
saying.
will
They
come
keep on
into
saying,
somebody's
like, what if he
household
say he
and
don't
tell you
like
what
her?
to do.
Just because he
But
didn't
it don't
get
matter.
it.
No.
You know, that's still a person that's immature to me.
But,
so that's
but it
definitely
doesn't
why
matter. But
that's definitely why I
that
gotta
part
see what you're
doesn't
doing.
matter.
And
For
that's
me,
all I'm saying.
I've been in that situation to where my daughter would come and say, well, hell, she don't even know the girl name. It's just another one that getting
And that's the reason
I
why
don't
that's
want
not
that.
good.
I don't want it either, but I can't tell her.
No, you can't tell them.
Stop dating or stop bringing these
But
women
that's
around.
what I'm
my-
saying.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't tell them, but you
Right.
can have the common
But I have
courtesy
the
to know who she may be talking about
Who is
because
this
he
chick that she? But she.
can
they
change 5 or 6 times,
not-
but he can't.
They're not
tell
even
you
around that long anyway.
How about he?
But
Or he dates like her. He dates somebody for 1 week. That's how niggas do. He dates somebody, niggas. He dates somebody for 1 week.
yeah.
And he done had a whole relationship with this woman. She coming in and out of his house at night. And when she get over there, she's saying things, she doing stuff. The baby done heard stuff that was
Yeah.
going on. Now she gone. You don't even know about it.
Right.
He ain't even told you.
Right.
But your daughter didn't
Then
witness
heard
this.
all this. Exactly. That's not. I didn't been in that situation.
You see what I'm
is
saying?
to you.
You told me.
Yeah, you.
Oh yeah. See, I want to let you know that what you're saying is totally different than the point that I was trying to make, but I agree with him.
Ladies, in closing,
You closing.
the thoughts. Everybody has very good thoughts, and I do hope this helps someone
And this is
As
the
far
reason to
as
have
having-
so many different women
to-
here with different thoughts.
to have this topic brought up because there's different versions of it. If you have kids, the only thing that matters is they come first.
Right.
That's my point.
Whether you communicate, whether you don't want them to see the other, you only affecting the kids and your end thoughts. And hopefully next week you guys tune in again to us.
Please like the video and hit subscribe.